This is going to be an update to that parking lot, the handicapped parking space dispute in Florida. Now, I'm going to tell you my experience with illegal parking at work, okay? I do not have a ticket book. The reason being is because if I stop to write a ticket, I have to turn my back to the street. And with my back to the street, anything can happen. So therefore, I do not write tickets. It's not an option. Now, if you look, I have the intersection, okay? Now, left and right is going to be the main road. And forward, backward is going to be the secondary road. The secondary road has no parking on it because it's too narrow. Now, over here we have the driving school. It's like a parking lot on the corner. Driving school is recessed. Beyond that is a furniture place. And when I say furniture place, the store is half the size of my apartment, and it's mostly small odds and end furniture for guys that live in that area and can't afford to go to Raymond Flanagan. Okay? Over here on this they have the pharmacy. Now on this side, in front of the furniture place, you have the fire hydrant. In front of the pharmacy, it usually says no parking, but they make an exception for deliveries. Now, let's start with the fire hydrant. The delivery guy has a small van, not much, nothing special, that he uses for odds and ends. The furniture guy, he uses for odds and ends. They almost always park it right next to the fire hydrant, if not in front of the fire hydrant. I saw one guy give him a ticket. That was not my issue. Now, sometimes I'll have a private citizen park their car right there in front of the fire hydrant. And I'm like, where you guys going? We're going to pick up a mattress. Okay, fine. You're right there? Yes. If the fire department needs a space, you're moving it. No question. Sometimes they'll have a small delivery van, and the small delivery van will actually make the turn and park on the sidewalk of the narrow street, which I prefer because it's out of the fucking way. Sometimes the delivery van for the furniture place will actually double park, which is a pain in the fucking ass because I have to stand the opposite end of the corner and I have to make sure the cars can get around safe without crashing into each other. 10 minutes, but it's a pain in the ass for that 10 minutes. Sometimes the delivery van will park on the curb in front of the fire hydrant. And I'll say, where are you going? I'm going in the furniture place to deliver furniture, deliver mattresses, whatever the fuck. Okay, fine. That's great. If I need it moved, it's moving. Sometimes I got another delivery truck parked there, and the delivery truck will be like, we're gonna deliver soda to the bodega on the block next to the pharmacy. Fine. You're in there. If I have a problem, I'm calling the problem in. You're moving the truck rather. You're moving the truck. Sometimes the delivery truck will have two guys, and I'll say, good. One guy, deliver the stuff. One guy, stay with the truck. There's a fire, it's getting moved. Sometimes I'll have a small van, double park, and I'll tell the guy, I need you to park in front of the fire hydrant. Because I'd rather you be in front of the fire hydrant than congest the road and cause an accident. If there's a fire, we'll move it. But for right now, I'll park there. One time, the Coca-Cola truck was parked in front of the pharmacy, and these couple of spaces are loading only. In front of that is parking. Coke guy parks as far up as he can, but his ass is still jutting out. So I have to take every pedestrian by hand, move them through. Cars want to come, they have to actually go around it and go through. If a car wants to make a turn, he's got to go around, and I got to walk him through. cop comes over, the cop in the little scooter, he comes over. He says, listen, let's make this guy's life a little easier. Take this truck and back it up and park it in front of that fire hydrant. Okay. Before he does that, the car in front of him moves out of the way. He moves up a little bit. Out of the way completely, no problem. Okay. One time, a few months ago, me and the cop are there, and we're blocking the road for the construction company. Okay. And we have massive congestion. We got to keep cars from going down this road. We got to watch pedestrians. Okay. And we're busy. The furniture guy has a small delivery van in front of the fire hydrant. He has a small tractor trailer that's double parked in the road. Now, one of us should go over there to navigate traffic, but we're so busy we can't do it. Fuck. Okay. So, what we do is, we wait. When that little van moves out of the way, I run over, I go into the store, I tell the guy, truck man, take your truck and put it in front of the fire against the curb. That way you're not blocking the road. Fine. Now keep in mind, I'm doing this in official capacity. Okay. If I was off duty, I would not be doing that. Sometimes, I'll give you this example. We had a guy in the neighborhood, he cleans cars. Okay. He takes his wrench, goes over to the fire hydrant, and opens the fire and get the water out. And I think to myself, should I yell at this guy? Now, every time I say, should I yell at this guy, by magic, a cop appears out of nowhere. Looks directly at the situation that I see and keeps on driving. I see this guy with the fire hydrant opening it up, taking water out of it, and I'm like, should I yell at him? To put it into perspective, he's twice my size. Patrol comes right by, looks directly at him, keeps on driving. Okay. Fire chief, whose fire hydrant it is, he comes by, looks directly at the guy, keeps on driving. Oh, I don't care. Remember the sergeant who I saved from being T-boned, now he's a lieutenant? He's a sergeant at this time. I got a woman, her daughter, and her dog on the road. Little puppy thing. Like a chihuahua or some shit. No leash. That's against the law. Sergeant runs right by, looks directly at the dog, keeps on driving. Another time. I have high school kids. I don't do high school. 8th grade, mwah. Okay? I have high school guys. They're jaywalking. Patrol unit is there. One of the cops in the unit, he actually grew up in this building with me. He's 8 years older than me. I've known him since I was born. His father, God rest his soul, passed away last week. Okay? Now, these high school kids are jaywalking directly in front of a marked police car. Cop don't care. Okay. If I don't care. The side street. I've had guys jump on the curb, park on the sidewalk, and go in the little Mexican food store. Like an eatery. I don't care. I've seen cops drive right past them, look like I'm driving. I don't care. Because if I stop what I'm doing, go up there, yell at them to move, when I do that, someone's gonna get run over by a car. Okay? Not worth it. I've had guys walk past the block smoking marijuana. Not often, maybe once a year or whatever. Smoking marijuana is a crime. I should go tackle them, throw them on the ground, put my hands behind their back, call a unit to arrest them. No. No. It is illegal to be drunk in public. Okay. I have a guy in the neighborhood, nice guy, I see him all the time. 9 out of 10 times, he has a brown paper bag in his hand. And from the brown paper bag, he drinks. What is he drinking? One time, he's drinking on the corner. Unit comes by. Both guys look directly at him. He almost drops the fucking bottle. They look at him, keep on driving. Don't give a fuck. He's gonna have a heart attack. I'm dying laughing at him. And I'm saying they're not gonna get out of the car, throw you against the car, handcuff you, search you, bring you to jail. It's not worth it. Okay? One time, I have a guy and his friend walking down the block. He's drunk. I help him cross the street. I tell him where the hospital is. I ask his friend, he's okay, he's going home. Not a problem. Years ago, many years ago, when I was in single digits, I saw a T-shirt. I get home with a little help from my friends. It's Calvin and Hobbes dragging Bart Simpson home from the bar while Bart Simpson is shit-faced drunk. I see that for real. I literally see this fucking guy who is shit-faced fucking drunk, and he is being dragged down the block by his two friends. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Does that mean require medical attention? No. Okay. Go. The hospital is there. Okay, that's fine. I don't give a fuck. What am I gonna fucking do? Detain them, arrest them, please. Okay? Please. One time, I have a private sector garbage truck. There's a city garbage truck and the private sector garbage truck. Private sector garbage truck parks on this street. He's only blocking one lane. Cars are going around him. They have to get a key, open the gate, and get garbage out of the gate. It's a carting service, okay? Guy rolls down his window and tells me, you should tow that car. Okay. Well, they couldn't find the key. They moved the truck. 10 minutes later, they came back, got the key, parked again, did the garbage. Here's the issue. I should impound that truck. Okay, good. I gotta go over to the truck, open the door, take the keys out. Call unit. When the guys come out of from trying to get the key, I gotta get them against the wall. Okay? And I gotta stand there, and I gotta watch them for a half hour until the cop gets there. When the cop gets there, you know what the cop's gonna tell me? Release these men before they charge you with wrongful arrest or wrongful imprisonment or malicious, whatever the fuck. Okay? Release these men. Okay? So I don't give a fuck. And I told my supervisor that the guy wanted me to impound the truck. She was pissing herself laughing at it. Okay? When my city gets about 125 criminal cases a day. Okay? And when you're in that business, you learn what to make a big deal out of and what not to make a big deal out of. I'll give you another one. One time I had a guy, and I know for a fact this guy's been to jail. I know he's on parole. He's also 20 pounds heavier than I am. His girlfriend puts her daughter on the bus. I don't know if it's his daughter or her daughter, but it's her daughter. I don't know if he's the father or not. She puts him on the bus. He's fresh out of jail. I know that for a fact. Baby, I love you. Please forgive me, but I love you. Fuck you, motherfucker. I hate you. Get away from me. I'm gonna fucking have you arrested. Get away from me. I don't like you, motherfucker. They walk around the corner. Fuck you, piece of shit. Fuck you, fucker. Okay? I see a unit come by. I flag the unit. I tell the unit, guy on parole, fresh out of jail, restraining order, violating, okay? The driver. We don't give a fuck about that. The passenger. Which with you, man? Come on. Okay? Very next day, I saw the two of them together holding hands dancing. Okay? They didn't care. Okay? And she forgave me anyway, and I don't give a fuck about that. I was only concerned because I thought there was going to be a fight on the block. And if I think there's going to be a fight and I don't call back up, they're going to criticize me for that later on. Okay? So, majority of the time, if I think there's going to be a fight, I'll call for backup to cover myself. Okay? That's the issue. You have to learn to pick and choose your battles. Okay? Some things are not worth it. Okay? I've had full-fledged cops drive right past a guy taking water out of a fire hydrant. I have had full-fledged cops drive past guys illegally parked. I've had full-fledged cops drive past a woman without a dog leash, and I've had full-fledged cops drive right past jaywalkers. Okay, a majority of the time it's not worth it. Now, what happened in this incident down in Florida was a guy parked his car in a handicapped spot without a sticker. Got out of the car, left the girlfriend and the infant son in the car. Now, I have a handicap sticker for my car and my mother's car because my father is disabled. And if he's being driven around, he can't drive anymore. If he's being driven around, we need to have him in a handicapped spot. Here's the issue with that. If I park in a handicapped space without my father, I can be cited for that. Because a handicap sticker, you have to, in order to park in a handicapped space, you have to have the handicap sticker, and the person it applies to has to be in the car with you. So if you are the able-bodied person parking in a handicapped spot, that is against the law. Now, this individual, some private citizen, comes over and starts arguing with the woman. He doesn't say anything polite, he starts arguing with her. The man, who is a very big man, comes out of the store. Does he know the guy is arguing with the girl about the parking situation, or does he think he's threatening her? Either way, he invokes himself and body slams the man. The man then pulls out a gun and shoots him and kills him and pleads self-defense, stand your ground law. Stand your ground law meaning I did not have to retreat. It was deemed murder, and he was sentenced to 20 years the other day. Now, here's the problem with that. For the next 20 years, taxpayers in Florida have to pay 100% of his expenses. When he's released from prison in, say, 16 or 17 years, realistically, he's going to have a very hard time getting a job. I wouldn't hire him for shit. And he may even end up on welfare and live at the expense of the taxpayer again for the rest of his life. Now, children need a positive male role model, in particular young boys. And there is an epidemic in this country where black boys, hey, I'm telling the truth here, I don't lie on this channel. Black boys grow up without fathers. 70% of black children are born out of wedlock. An equal amount of black children, whether they're born out of wedlock or not, have no positive male role model. A father, an uncle, a brother, a coach, a teacher. They have no positive male role model. So what happens is they usually end up finding an unpositive male role model on the street. And there are rare exceptions here or there, but if you are a black boy growing up in America without a positive male role model in your life, there is a very large chance you will find a role model on the street. And it is entirely possible that when this individual is getting out of prison, the boy of the man he killed will be going into prison. Okay? That is a very, very, very strong likelihood. Maybe the woman will raise the boy herself properly. Maybe the woman will find a new man to raise him as his own. Okay. and he'll beat the statistics. But statistically speaking, that boy is most likely going to grow up without a male role model and most likely be in prison himself pretty soon. That's a possibility, a strong possibility. Okay? And if you look at the prison system today, whether they're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, most prisoners today grew up without a father. Not all of them, but most of them. They didn't listen to their mother, they didn't listen to authority, and they got in trouble. Okay? Now, was it worth it? Do you feel so strongly about people parking in handicapped spots that you are willing to spend 20 years in prison, lose your right to own a gun forever, lose your right to vote forever, and on top of that, create a huge possibility that the boy of the man you killed is going to be raised at the expense of the taxpayer and most likely end up in prison himself? That is how strongly you feel about parking laws and parking violations in this country. What you should do is, first and foremost, maybe take a fucking deep breath and just chill. Okay? I can't tell you how many cops I know off duty will look at that situation and keep on walking. I know cops on duty will look at that situation and keep on walking. I know cops on duty will tell the woman, listen, if a handicapped person comes along, move the car. Okay? Now what you could do, if you see the parking authority guy in the area, tell him there's a person parked illegally. They tell parking authority guys, do not give tickets to people if they're in the car. They tell them that. They tell parking authority guys, if you're writing a ticket and the guy comes along, explain, hey listen, this was the violation, here's the ticket. If they got a problem with that, fall back and get a police officer. They tell guys in parking authority, there's a retreat, okay? Retreat and get a cop. The cop. Okay, if you see the cop there and he's not busy, tell him. He most likely will tell you, I don't give a fuck. Sorry, that's the truth. He may be on his break, he may be sitting down having a hot dog, and he may say, listen man, okay, I gotta get in the fucking car, I gotta walk over there, I gotta write a ticket, leave me the fuck alone. Okay, I just arrested a fucking crackhead. Okay, my wife wants to go on vacation. Okay, my kid needs braces. Okay, give me a fucking break. He may say that. Now, if the cop goes over there, he's giving the ticket whether the person's in the car or not. Okay, if the cop goes over there, he's allowed to invoke arrest and defense. If there's no cop around, no parking guy around, and you call 911, they're gonna hang up on you. 911 cannot afford to have a cop drive 12 blocks to get, no, they're gonna hang up on you. You can call the parking authority people and say, listen, when the guy comes through the neighborhood, tell him to stop in this parking lot because this parking space is usually abused. They'll take care of that, okay? Now, parking authority guys don't carry guns in their job because they're not supposed to be arresting people. They're not. If it's been a parking authority guy, the big guy might have been like, oh shit man, I'll move it, don't worry about it, I'll move it. Okay, the guy might be, okay, that's the authority figure, I'll move the car. Or, at most, he would have biased on the parking authority guy, and the parking authority guy most likely would have retreated. and he would have went to prison for felony assault of a peace officer, public servant. Excuse me. The cop. If the cop was there, he would have came out and said, "Oh man, I'm sorry, move the car." If he body slammed the cop would have shot him. Here's the issue. The cop is authorized to invoke the law. The cop is allowed to advance. Mike Brown, Darren Wilson. Darren Wilson stops his car, rolls down his window, and tells Mike Brown and Dorian Johnson, "Get on the sidewalk." Darren Wilson realizes, oh shit, these are the robbery suspects. He jackknifes his car. Gets out of the car. Mike Brown belly bounces him, punches him in the face, climbs into the car. They fight over the gun. The gun misfires. He clears it. He shoots, wounds. Mike Brown retreats. Darren Wilson runs after him. And he runs back, and Darren Wilson shoots him again. Darren Wilson was not in trouble because Darren Wilson was a full-fledged police officer on duty, in uniform, invoking the law. Okay? Someone who is on duty, in uniform, fulfilling their sworn obligation to uphold the law, okay, they may advance. Okay? They may enforce the law. You as a private citizen may not. Any person from any police department in this country will tell you what I'm going to tell you right now. Because I'm from a police department and I can tell you this shit. If you see some situation, unless an innocent person's physical being is in imminent danger, don't get involved. Either walk away from the situation or call for backup. Don't get involved. Now, if the baby was in the car by himself and you go over and break the window, call 911, and the guy comes out and fights you, different story. The baby's in danger. Okay? If you see a guy beating the shit out of an old lady, okay, different story. But unless you see with your own eyes someone is in physical danger, stay the fuck out of it. Don't get it over your head. Okay? I'm actually a public servant. And I have oftentimes refused to get involved in situations because the fucker in front of me is twice my size. Or if the fucker is smaller than me, he could have a weapon. Okay, and I got little babies coming around me, standing next to me. I got babies running to me, okay? And I can't be fighting a guy in the middle of the fucking block while I got babies coming to me, can I? No. So if I can't leave it alone, I call backup on it. And that very seldom happens. Often it doesn't. People respect me. They don't want to get involved. They see that woman that jump in front of a fucking truck to save their kid. They're going to respect me, okay? But don't get fucking involved. Don't. Okay? The issue with this is if you shoot somebody, you have to be 100% blameless. The incident has to be 100% their fault. They deemed that by him going over to the woman and confronting her, that instigated a problem. Because yes, she's committing a parking violation, but you are not a public servant, you're just a fucking civilian. So by you going over there, that's considered instigation. The guy doesn't know if you're attacking his girlfriend. He doesn't know if you're mad about the parking situation. Okay? And what if you argue, you didn't know she had a boyfriend. You didn't know the boyfriend was in the store. Okay, well, you shouldn't have got fucking involved anyway. Do you see what I'm talking about now? Do you understand it now? Thank you.